Guardian, we've picked up a high
Guardian.
transmission. Origin point is somewhere along the coast.
Guardian.
Near the Cosmodrome.
Hi, Zavala.
Yeah, Zavala. That guy. And Rasputin, too. Because why not?
That's Rasputin, the AI warmind.
Because why not?
Because why not?
Well, I mean, Rasputin can't talk to us, but, you know.
I mean, he can. He just did. Just not in anything we can understand.
True.
Hello, welcome back to Destiny.
We can't afford another Omnigul situation.
Yes.
Assess
Yes.
the threat and aid Rasputin.
We are
A threat to the
doing
Warmind is a
the
threat to
the
city
first
as
of 3 strikes for the Taken King. Fallen Saber. Yeah, that one. Fallen Saber.
Yep, we're getting there. We're getting through the Taken King.
Yeah,
Kind of.
taking us a little longer than expected, but that's fine. Business and such.
Imagine having jobs.
Ugh.
Really gets in the way of the more important things in life. Like making Let's Plays for free on the internet.
Right? Anyway, yeah. This first encounter is really rough, especially if you're alone, like me.
Rasputin's dropping a war sat from orbit. It contains codes we'll need to gain access.
I mean, I'm here, but not at the time of recording,
Exactly.
because I don't own this game.
Sad boys. Yeah, so this, the first part of this strike kind of operates on the same kind of principles as the Warsat patrol event, or public event, I guess. Except, it's more difficult. It's tuned for 3 players. Whereas the
Unless you
public
like
event-
Python and you can't find 3 players.
Right. So, I remember you asked
shot.
if there was any benefits to shooting out the turrets on these ships, and I told you when they stick around for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this would be a great opportunity for such a thing if I hadn't missed that rocket.
I'm not going to say I'm not disappointed in you, Python, but I'm disappointed in you.
Yeah, I kind of figured. But it's fine.
At least you're not dead.
No, I'm not dead. Almost, but not quite. So the main strategy, if you can't already tell, is just to stick behind the Warsat. Once this ship buggers off, there's going to be one coming in from behind me, dropping reinforcements down there. So it's kind of you gotta juggle it. You gotta beat the first wave decently quickly, and then turn around and get ready for the second one.
Yeah, it's all fine, because the Warsat is made of stronger stuff than a Guardian.
Yeah, I mean, a Guardian isn't made of metal as last I checked.
Plus, I'm actually not that great at math.
You're wearing armor, but I guess it's not as good.
Well, the Warsat's thicker. So,
Don't you say anything about my thick... Well, it's not UGG, so it's not a thick boy, but
no.
I don't know who this is. Some
No, UGG is
poser.
dense. UGG is dense. He's not thick.
He is overcome with thickness and density.
So, yeah, hammers make short work of things, as usual.
When in doubt, hammer out.
Absolutely. That's my mantra.
That should be everyone's mantra.
I agree.
Maybe not serial killers.
Well, I mean,
That's a bad man mantra for them to have.
so, rockets also make short work of things, as it turns out.
Yeah, I mean, it's entirely possible to do things by yourself. You just need to be a bit creative.
Oh, creative or able to think on the fly. Or have resources.
access to giant hammers and
Or that.
rockets.
Yeah.
That helps.
So I don't think I've been able to mention it thus far, but my Titan has a couple of pieces of gear that regenerate my super on kills, like, a lot. So, if you're playing along and you don't have these pieces of gear and you're seeing my super charge really fast, A, I've got a lot of intellect on my gear, and 2, I've got all these, the pieces of gear themselves have perks that give me a lot of super on kills. Which is really helpful, especially when I'm alone. Like this.
I've got access. Let's go.
Make strikes doable by yourself.
Kinda, yeah.
Otherwise,
when
you
my-
never see this.
It makes my hammers heal me. So when I kill some things, so yeah, makes things a whole lot simpler. So yeah, now that that's over, we're on to the main part of the strike. This strike is actually really short, in case you haven't already noted the video length. It's not too much to it.
I'm detecting comm signals deep in the vault.
Thank you, Rasputin.
Anyone with a radio could have picked up Rasputin's distress call. If we don't shut it down, half the Cosmodrome could be at his front door.
Well, guess we gotta go do something about that then.
So basically, no human left on Earth truly trusts a rogue AI.
He's not entirely rogue.
In the definition of he's not doing what he was originally supposed to do because, you know, he's a fucking AI. He's just like, I don't want to do that.
No, that's not entirely the case. He is doing what he was designed for. He's trying to defend humanity. It's just that he doesn't have the capability of doing so at the moment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
But he's also an AI, so that also
Yes.
raises the point of he could just decide not to save humanity.
there is that, yes. So, a lot of people that I talk to have found Exploder Shanks annoying, but I find them to be my best friend.
If you notice them coming before they reach you, they're not too bad.
Well, I mean, most people play with audio, so
Not me.
I know.
Audio's for losers.
On the contrary, audio is for winners.
Said every loser.
I can try to override his system locks, but Rasputin's reaction to a hack might be extreme. Must be some other way to bypass his system.
So, Rasputin's reaction to a hack might be extreme, but what about his reaction to a grenade?
Pachinko. Wait, I mean skee-ball.
Skee ball.
That sounds like it hurt. Sorry.
So yeah, hacks, no. Grenades, perfectly fine, to a point.
And of course Rasputin's gonna know it was you.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
At the moment you were like a disease infecting his immune system. I'm surprised he hasn't tried to deal with you. I suppose there must be a bigger infection. Maybe he sees you as a white blood cell. Who knows?
Yeah, it could be. So this section can be annoying. So you see these electrical arcs of damage, and we have to transport an orb from point A to point B, and the orb slows you down.
Oh,
Now,
fun.
normally you're in a team of 3, you have people watching your back. But the funny thing is, I actually found this easier to do solo than with a team. Because I figured out you could just, well, just wait. You'll see.
I think
you-
I've
I-
already picked up what you can do.
Yeah. And you hear what's going on behind me.
Of course
Yep.
there's Exploder Shanks.
Yeah. Those pop out of the walls. And most of the time you're waiting for your allies to help you out with them. But turns out when you don't have allies to worry about helping you, you can just run, and you're safe, and you're fine. So, moral of the story is don't trust your teammates.
That's a terrible moral.
Well, don't trust your teammates unless you actually know them. I should clarify, I suppose.
And sometimes don't even trust them at all.
I mean, you know,
Python can speak for that.
yeah. Sadly.
I believe the first time Python and I buddied up for this game, I killed him with an exploding barrel.
Not just once.
A few times.
You know, this sort of thing happens, I guess.
Yeah, purely by accident, I shot that barrel right next to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Accident.
Happens sometimes. These accidents, you know, they just happen. Exactly as you said.
Anyway. We're actually coming up on the last boss now. Just a little bit more of a traversal to go, and then we'll be there.
I recognize this place.
Do you?
Well, if it's not this place, it's a place that looks very familiar to it.
Also, geometry, please. I wasn't actually moving. That was just the game bugging out.
Nice.
Yeah. Good game. Unironically, good game.
Actually, this doesn't look that similar or familiar anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of is and kind of isn't. It's its own thing.
Rasputin's genuinely worried. I think they're trying to bypass his database and gain direct control of the warsats. That would be bad.
So, yeah, that big area down there. I'm sure you all didn't see this coming at all, but that's the boss arena.
No.
No. Couldn't be. Big wide open space. Stage hazards.
Servitors?
So, to spawn the boss, we gotta kill those guys. Now that that's done, here comes fun. So, the arena changes depending on what phase you're in of the boss. First phase has these heat sinks which discharge electricity and hurt you. You kind of don't want to stand near them.
Modified to crack his system.
And the way you can tell what phase he's in is by what amount of damage he's sustained. Like, shoot the weak spots, in this case being the front thrusters there. You shoot those enough, they blow off, and his visor opens up, and you're in second phase, and the stage changes. So it's a pretty nifty boss fight. I like it a lot.
Cool looking shank.
Yeah. It's a big boy.
You need to shank that shank.
So as usual, the threat usually doesn't come much from the boss. It's more the ads he spawns, so kind of keep an eye out for those. That being said, the boss can be threatening if you let him fire. I was not letting him fire. This time at least.
Right.
Yeah,
It's kind of like a giant tracer shank.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, in this current state, yes. Because, like I said, the phases change and the boss changes tactics depending. So,
Devour shank.
yeah, the game doesn't really know what to call it. Like, the name is, Saber 2, but all the notifications say Devourer Shank.
The little thing calls it Devour shank.
Yeah. I think there were meant to be more of these things in the game, and they just kind of didn't. So.
Now I can understand why this would be a little bit bullet spongy, because it's meant to be killed with 3 people. But at the same time, this could take a while.
I mean, it's not actually that bullet spongy, it's just that I'm not focusing entirely on it.
Hey look, you blew up its things.
Yep, now the phases changed. Now these blast shields open up. And the weak spot is his visor. And now he operates more like a traditional kind of shank, but with more high-powered weaponry.
Mm-hmm. And also, if anyone was interested, even the big shanks are unmanned.
Yeah.
Just purely robots.
Yeah.
Just like the servitors.
And yet, the Fallen don't revere the shanks.
Yeah.
Very interesting distinction. Like, they create their own gods, but not all of the things they create are the gods, I guess is the way to put it.
Yeah, well, there's never been, a little this room-sized shank, so...
Yeah.
And there was a room-sized servitor.
Yeah. There's a few of those, actually. At this point, I remembered I had rockets. Rockets are helpful.
They make the boss fight go faster.
A little bit, yeah. Again, though, I'm more worried about the ads, especially in this phase because they're exploder shanks in this case.
They can
Don't
one-shot
want-
you.
Yeah, don't want those sneaking up on you if you can help it. So, now we've seen everything Phase 2 has to offer. Time for Phase 3.
There we go.
Now, Phase 3, he becomes incredibly unstable and just starts chasing you. With, yeah, you see. If he gets close to you, that electricity hurts a lot. Don't let him get close to you. And the reinforcements he spawns are these fucking tracer shanks. Also, now there's pits. Good luck.
Gotta love tracer shanks.
Yeah. So, again, this is meant to be done with 3 players, so having just me doing all of this alone makes this a little hairier than it should be. That being said, generally you're going to be ending up alone at this phase anyway, so not too difficult to deal with.
Because your teammates are gonna die. That's just how it goes.
And yeah, the tracer shanks are just everywhere. So in this specific instance, I would say like kill most of them, but worry more about the boss, especially if you're doing it solo.
Which hopefully no one else is silly enough to do.
It's not that bad. Getting to this point is a little difficult, but once you get to the boss, it's not too bad.
Well, it's gonna keep spawning you with the boss, right? If you die. So
Yeah.
at least you don't have to go through the entire dungeon again.
Well, I mean, the strike is checkpointed fairly generously. But anyway, that's done. Now we get to play with the remains. Except it disappeared.
Punch it into
The last time
oblivion.
we sent in a team was
I think it just kind of shifted to the side a little bit. Yeah, there it is.
scattered across the sky. Watch.
Oblivion.
Noted.
In the meantime, I'm sending a team to seal the vault.
The physics are strange on it, especially when you hit it with hammers. Bank shot.
Jesus Christ.